JBN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Hi guys, before we go into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the news with someone today. Now on to the news. PNP Councillor for Savlamar Division says her life is in danger. Following the recent killing of a member of her campaign team, Councillor for the Savlamar Division, Julian Chang, is crying out for help as she believes her life is in danger. Chang, who won the division on a People's National Party PNP ticket, in an interview, said that Maxwell's murder brings to 3 the number of people in her division who have been killed in a matter of days. Chang was speaking of the triple killing in Frome in the parish. That incident also left 4 other people injured. 2 of the men, she said, were on her campaign team.
I do not feel safe. I feel very naked right now and I need help. I myself need help. My children have not been in school.
Miss Chang, we have seen where one of the young men in your community has been shot and another has been shot and injured. What is your take on it?
It is a very sad situation right now, and there has to be an end to this. Because Jamie, otherwise called Biggs, he has been on the campaign with me on several occasions. I remember one time when he said that his bike broke, and I gave him money to fix his bike. And I was very shocked this morning when I learned of the killing. Amongst others who have been killed that have been on my campaign. Amongst myself, who has been threatened many times. And we need some closure to this, and we need some peace in Savlamar. I'm begging for some peace right now. I do not feel safe. I feel very naked right now and I need help. I myself need help. My children have not been in school. And there are some, there's some incidences I don't even want to disclose on air, which is a very sad situation, and I'm very worried right now. Not only for myself, but for my supporters and the people of Savlamar. We need some peace. I am calling on the Superintendent of Police for the Savlamar, the Westmoreland Division, and I'm also calling on everyone in Savlamar, including the JLP supporters, and I'm calling on my fellow PNP supporters. Everyone, we need to come together. The election is over. There's a clear winner, and we need to just come together now and let this work. We need peace. We need no more killings in Savlamar right now.
Jeremy Biggs Maxwell, 24, was shot dead and another injured in front of a funeral home on Darling Street, Savlamar on Saturday. Reports are that Maxwell and his pillion were driving his bike in his community when he was shot and killed, and his pillion shot and injured. Police recovered a gun following shootout at bar in Spanish Town. The St. Catherine North Police on Saturday recovered a gun following a shootout at a bar in Spanish Town. A man was found suffering from gunshot wounds following the shooting is in hospital under police guard. The police report that about 2:35 a.m., lawmen acting on information conducted an operation at a local bar. On arrival of the team, they were greeted with gunfire. When the shooting subsided, a man was seen with gunshot wounds to his leg. Further checks were made in the area, and a Sarcel-Mars 9mm pistol was recovered at the intersection of St. John's Road and Valdez Road. The man was transported to hospital where he was admitted. 6 shot, 3 fatal in St. Elizabeth in a little over 24 hours. Police are probing 2 shooting incidents which left 3 men dead and 3 others injured in St. Elizabeth within 26 hours. In the first incident on Friday, 2 men were shot dead and 2 others wounded at a bar in Santa Cruz. Police named the deceased as Javed Griffiths, 21, a resident of Church Road in the Northampton district, and Dorado Green, 34, a resident of Beatles Boulevard in Santa Cruz. A police report said about 7 p.m. the 4 men were at a bar when they were attacked by an armed man who opened fire on them. The injured men were taken to hospital where Green and Griffiths were pronounced dead, while 1 man was treated and released. The 4th victim remains hospitalized. In the second incident, a man was shot dead and another man injured in Vineyard on Saturday night. Police named the deceased as Stephen Williams, 29, otherwise called Dino, a mechanic, and a resident of Dougal Road in Vineyard District. A police report said about 8:50 p.m., both men were standing outside a shop in the community when an armed man alighted from a vehicle and opened gunfire, hitting them. The injured men were taken to hospital where Williams was pronounced dead and the other man admitted for treatment. Guns and ammo seized in St. Andrew and Westmoreland, 5 in custody. A police team from the St. Andrew Central Division apprehended a man after a gun and several rounds of ammunition were seized on Alfred Tree Road, Kingston 5 on Saturday. Reports from the Crossroads Police are that about 12:35 a.m., lawmen were on patrol when two men observed along the roadway acting in a manner that aroused their suspicion. On approaching the police, one of the men allegedly removed a gun from his waist and threw it under a parked vehicle. The man was apprehended and the gun, a Glock 19 pistol with 13 rounds of ammunition, was retrieved. His identity has been withheld pending further investigations. Meanwhile, on Sunday, the Savlamore police seized the gun and the several rounds of ammunition following a targeted raid on Cook Street in Westmoreland. Reports from the Savlamore police are that about 4 a.m., a police team acting on information searched the premises and one Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 8 9mm cartridges was seized. The 4 occupants of the house were subsequently arrested. Their identities are being withheld pending further investigations. 16-year-old accused of stabbing 12-year-old nephew. A 16-year-old girl was arrested on charge following the stabbing of her 12-year-old relative in Kerry Park, Trelawney on Wednesday, February 14. Reports from the Falmouth police are that about 4 p.m., both girls were at home when the accused allegedly used a ratchet knife to stab the complainant in the back. Reports said that the girl fell, and the teenager subsequently stabbed her several times in the upper body before fleeing the scene. The police were alerted, and the complainant was assisted to the hospital where she was admitted. The accused later turned herself in at the Duncans police station where she was charged with wounding with intent. Her court date is being finalized. Two in charge of the shooting incident in Hanover. A 15-year-old boy of Ramble, Hanover, was charged with wounding with intent following a shooting incident at Forest District, Ramble in the parish on Tuesday, January 9. Reports from the Lucy police are that at about 8 p.m., a group of men were at a local shop playing dominoes when 2 armed men entered the premises and opened gunfire at the group before making their escape. The police were alerted, and on their arrival, 2 victims of the shooting were taken to hospital for treatment. On Thursday, February 29, officers acting on information apprehended and charged the teen. He was charged following a question and answer session with his attorney and his guardian. Cops list gang ties of man killed on election day. The police have provided details on the gang ties of a man they fatally shot in Flanker, St. James, on election day. 24-year-old Peter Johnson was killed during an alleged shootout with the police on Kodak Drive. The incident, which occurred about 1:30 p.m., was just meters away from the Flanker Primary and Infant School, which at the time was being used as a polling station for the local government election. The police said a gun was found on Johnson. They also described him as a person linked to a number of crimes in Flanker and other sections of St. James. The police version of events was rejected by residents who said Johnson had his hands raised when he was fatally shot. His mother also insisted that he was not a gunman. However, on Friday, Assistant Commissioner of Police, ACP for Area 1, Clifford Chambers, provided details on what they know of Johnson's connection to gang activity. He is a known shot of one of the gangs, the Alliance gang that is in Mount Salem. He has featured in 4 murders and 3 shootings, the ACP said. He was associated with a top-tier gangster, and I guess he had been on the police radar for quite some time, and has been the subject of several police joint military operations, he added. Chambers said the police are now looking at previous criminal activity to ascertain if any are linked to Johnson. Investigators are now using forensics to see if a hit can be established between other murders. Investigators are now using forensics to see if a hit can be established between other murders and shootings that took place in St. James, particularly in Flanker and Norwood, to so they can curb some of these crimes that he might have been involved in, he stated. When Johnson was fatally shot by the police on February 26, some residents staged a brief protest. They insisted that he was killed in cold blood and the gun seized had been planted on him. The incident disrupted voting for about an hour and a half. JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.